What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I have a best of Boxycharm 2019. This year I looked through all of the Boxycharms that I had throughout 2019 from January to December, and today I'll discuss with you my favorites. I have my little list right over here. It's not the longest list, I've got to say. There's a decent amount of products here, but there's not a ton considering you get 5 every month for 12 months out of the year, obviously. But that's not to say I don't use a lot of the products often. I do, but I just wanted to curate it down and bring it down to a nice short list of what was the best. To start this year, I got the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lip, and I love their liquid lips. They're just so nice. They're probably my favorite formula out there of dry end. Drugstore and high-end. I mixed dry and high together. Last year or this year, I got the shade Verona, which I super duper loved, and then I also got Havana Nights, I believe, and that was a really nice one as well, but both of them worked so well, and we got in the new packaging, which was exciting. Next thing in here was the MODA Pro Eye Kit brushes, and I really enjoyed those. I love getting brushes in any of my subscriptions, but out of all the brushes we got this year from Boxycharm, those are my favorite ones. I do love eye brushes, and I find that I use one of them a lot for like buffing out the underbrow area, the highlight area, and then, well, the brow bone area, not underbrow, and then also the inner corner area. I actually used one of those today for the inner corner. The next favorite of Boxycharm in 2019 was from Laura Geller. It's the Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator. I know this was popular way back when, but I got it in the shade Ballerina this year, and I really do like it. The formula is great, and the finish of it looks really good, and it's more of a like golden tone that does work for my skin tone. It also doesn't accentuate a lot of texture, though I don't get most of my texture near the cheekbones. I get most of my texture down here from KP, and then a lot of texture up here whenever I break out like now. I received 2 Dose of Colors items this year that have made it into my favorites of Boxycharm 2019. The first one was the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas palette. I really love it. I didn't ever purchase it because I didn't feel it was necessary for 5 shades for the price that it is, but because I got it in my Boxycharm, I'm absolutely in love with that palette. These shades are super buttery and they blend out very well. There is a lot of kick up with them, but that's a lot of the case with high-end, really blendable, buttery shades, and it's just something you deal with. Clean the mirror off a little bit every now and then. The other thing from them was a liquid lip, which I know it's surprising that I have liquid lips in this year's favorites, but I have learned to work with them and make sure that I'm able to use them the way I like them. So I'll use like a gloss topper or really moisturize underneath. I don't like having a matte liquid lip, even though that's like the intent. I know it is long wearing, but I just don't like the finish of it, and also the aftermath of eating with a matte liquid lip means the inside is all eaten off and the outside is impossible to remove, so it's just a battle I don't like to deal with. One of the most surprising things that I found to be a favorite was actually the set of Boxycharm brushes. This year Boxycharm came out with their own brand brushes, and it's kind of a marriage between the paddle style brushes and a regular face brush. I really enjoy using the smaller one, not so much the bigger one, but it's very densely packed, and I find that it just like blends out your cream contour so well. And this year I really have fallen in love with cream contours, so that brush definitely made it a lot easier to blend out cream contours. Next 2 things in here are skin products, and I love to get skincare products in my makeup subscriptions, especially Boxycharm, because you're getting full sizes. But on top of that, I typically don't buy too much skincare because it's just a nuisance, and it's also pretty pricey generally. I'll typically aim for like The Ordinary or things with a lower budget or on the cheaper end, but are still really great quality. So this year was definitely interesting for me to venture out, get these nice products in Boxycharm, and also do my own Natasha haul, which was a chip on the wallet. Anyways, those two products are the Kypris Serum, which is called the Quench and Glow, and then the Elemis Pro-Collagen Rose Facial Oil. If you don't really like scents, the rose facial oil is highly scented of roses. It's actually got 3 different types of roses in it, so very, very fragranced. If you are sensitive to fragrance, that's probably not good for you. Next thing in here is from a brand I don't typically like. This is the Ciate brand. I normally like their nail polishes, and I haven't really ventured into their makeup until Boxycharm has sent them out. And this month I'm pretty excited to get the Marbled Light Blusher. I'm actually wearing it on my face today. I have it in the shade Halo. You can see I'm pretty blushed out, and also very luminous and illuminated. So I really like that. This year I've also found that I'm super into illuminating blushes, so any type of a sheen in a blush I've been obsessed with. So I'm really happy to add this to my collection, especially because there's no actual shimmers or sheen in it. It's completely matte when you look at the product. It just applies super sheeny. The next two items I have in here are a little bit confusing because there were a couple of Boxycharm boxes this year that I was not able to record, so I don't remember if I got these this year or last year, so you can disregard these if you want, but these are some of my favorite products that I've received in Boxycharm. The first one I have to talk about, it's the Farmacy Green Clean Balm. That is amazing. I constantly use the Pond's Cold Cleansing Cream just because of ease and drugstore accessibility, but the Farmacy Green Clean, it smells delicious. I mean, 50% of the reason I love it is because it smells delicious, and the other 50% is that it's just so emulsifying. The moment you put it on your face and rub it in, it's like a weird consistency. It's not like a cream, like the cold cream. It's really a balm that you just rub into the face, and it just removes all your makeup instantaneously, and it smells delicious. Lately though, I have been using the Tatcha cleanser that I purchased, the cleansing oil. It smells a little bit similar to that, just a little bit less fragrance, so maybe a little bit more natural even, but it actually works almost just as well as an oil, so that's what I've replaced it with since I finished the Green Clean. Last thing in here, as I mentioned, I don't remember if it was this year, but one of my favorite things is the CoverFX Perfector Face Palette. I don't really use the blush in that, it's just not really my color. Sometimes if the face or the eye look requires it, I will use it, but I generally don't touch that. I always go into that bronzer contour shade because it's that nice, cool contour shade that I'm going for. The other thing that I absolutely love in that face palette is the face setting spray, the face setting primer. Why is it so hard to say? It's the setting powder in that palette. It is pressed, so it's not like your loose setting powders, but it's got some luminous in there. It's got some sheens of sparkle. It's not sparkle, it's not glitter. It's almost like very small amounts of shimmer, so it's perfect for the under eyes because I typically don't do too much concealer on the under eyes because I don't like to clog up this area. So what I'll do instead is just go ahead and do whatever coats of foundation I need under there for a little bit of coverage, and then go in with that setting powder to brighten it up and look beautifully luminous. It looks like a satin matte. It's not extremely matte and it's not extremely dewy. You don't want this area to look oily or anything like that, but it's just beautiful. So like I mentioned, I do use a lot of the products that I got this year in Boxycharm, especially eye palettes. I love eyeshadow, so I definitely get use out of those, and a lot of the other products as well. But I didn't feel like everything should make the cut into the favorites list, or else we would just be here for a gazillion years and I would talk to you about almost every single product. There are a couple products that I haven't not liked at all and or given away instantaneously, and maybe I'll do a video of worst of Boxycharm 2019, but as of right now, those are my favorites that I have used throughout Boxycharm 2019. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I had fun going through all the different products that I've gotten throughout 2019, reminiscing, looking on the good and the bad to curate this list for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
I keep losing to a moment where I'm with you, I just can't focus. I love to hear you cry. conspiracies on TV.